Peace, Black family. So I made this meme in about 2018 because I realized that social media was presenting a real unique problem. It seems like overnight, everyone looked like Africans, but no one was African. Let's see if you can watch this whole video and not be disgusted.
If you want to convince a group of people that everything about them is negative, what you have to do is tell them where they're from is a negative place. And this is what they've done to black people. They say, black people, you're negative, you're bad, because Africa is negative and Africa is bad. So the images that we have of Africa, we always see the underbelly. We always see the propaganda. We always see the warfare, but they never show the other side. Whenever you look at old Tarzan movies or old cartoons from back in the 1920s and 30s, they would always show the cannibalistic African person dancing around in the jungle with a big pot, putting in missionaries, cooking them and eating them. And that's a major myth about Africa because there's no evidence of any kind of cannibalism going on in Africa.
But everyone who goes to Africa has to get vaccinated. You're okay with that, aren't you?
I need vaccinations to go. Are you sure?
Altogether, there are 10 shots.
10 shots?
Yeah, 10.
Whenever they show images of Africa, they like to show the hunter-gatherers, the bushmen, the brothers running around half naked with sticks. And that really represents about 1% of the whole population of Africa.
The editors now publicly admit that National Geographic repeatedly and intentionally portrayed Africans as naive, savage, and unintelligent.
National Geographic is vowing to do a better job calling its past coverage of the world, in their words, racist.
To Africa, where the only images were those of primitives, often unclothed or as savages.
It's gonna be your last words before I send your ass over there to Africa with the boys that don't have no clothes, no food,
I want food and clothes.
don't got no parents.
I want some parents.
I ain't going back to Africa. No. Because some of them Africans do not like us. Black Americans, they can't stand us.
Because I'm not going nowhere. And I'll kill a motherfucker he tell me to go, like, back to Africa. But listen, I'm talking to black people. Stop that fucking horse shit, that go back to Africa shit. First of all, Africans don't like black people.
There's some things you got to get used to when you get to Africa, like the smells. Bring you an extra set of nostrils or something to click on, because you're going to burn those first too right the fuck off. As soon as you get off the plane, like, shit, what the fuck is this I done landed in? It's like, shit. And they just used to it. It's musty as hell. These little musty. And you like this. I ain't got no fan or nothing. You gotta be careful though. You gotta be careful. Because they have AIDS over there. It's a different kind of AIDS. Instant AIDS. Yeah, you don't get no symptoms or nothing. You get that shit like right on the spot. You be like, oh shit.
Whenever we see people in Africa, we always see the AIDS-infested African babies, the African people. But what they do not talk about is the AIDS that's going on in Europe. Most people don't know that most of the new AIDS cases today are not in Africa. Most of the new AIDS cases today are coming out of Eastern Europe, out of Russia, the Ukraine, and there's an AIDS epidemic over there in that area, but you never hear about it in the media.
But you guys gotta understand, if it weren't for slavery, you guys, I would be in Africa right now. Africa. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Like, they have AIDS there. And not the happy I'm gonna buy the Dodgers AIDS. I'm talking the real deal, like the scary AIDS.
Now hold up, man. Make sure you keep an eye on that promoter. I don't trust his kind, man. He's gonna try to play us.
His kind?
Yeah.
What is this, The Hobbit? We're from two different worlds.
Man, he Nigerian, man. I don't trust Nigerians.
Thank you very much. My name Idi Amin Dada. That's 2 A's, 3 D's, and 1 gun.
Mr. Dada, your time is up.
My time is... Time who?
No, your time is up.
My time is up. No, sorry, Bob, your time is up.
Another myth about Africa is that it's extremely violent. Whenever we see anything about Africa, especially movies and the news, we always see the African warlord. We always see the African rebels riding on trucks, the African rebels with rocket launchers and machine guns. But in reality, out of the top 10 countries around the world with the lowest violent crime rates, 6 of those countries are in Africa, like Senegal, Cameroon, Mali, A lot of people don't know that.
As a family, we would watch Roots. We watched the movie Roots for the first time when it came out, and we cried when they caught Kunta Kinte. So my grandmother was like, what are you all crying for? And because she said, y'all ain't African. And that's when we learned that we wasn't African. A lot of us, when we were little, I do remember, being back in the 70s, if you called someone Black or African, those were like really fighting words. We would have fights. Like if someone called you Black or they called you African, that was a fight.